We were then in the month of December. The month described as freezing cold, and my whole body was shivering from the extreme cold, and suddenly I heard grunts around me. I tried to locate the source of the sound, but My story with the jinn begins when I joined the army in 2011 ad. Firstly, I am a young man who has not been exposed to the world of the jinn or its mysterious events, except once in my life. I was then in my first year of service in the army, on a freezing winter night, and the nature of my service was that I work as a security officer. Every night I passed the guard towers, which were in the heart of the mountain, and personally made sure of the numbers of those in charge of the service and how much they were awake during the service. My service was consecutive. Tower number 1, after that tower number 2, and so on. But there was tower number 5, a derelict tower completely decommissioned. And after I had finished and researched tower number 4, I had to go to tower number 6. And we had to walk a long way not to walk towards the abandoned tower, which had many destroyed equipment. We were then in the month of December. The month described as freezing cold, and my entire body was shivering from the extreme cold, and at a moment I heard grunts around me. I tried to locate the source of the sound, but I failed and was unable to do so. I felt as if I was standing in the middle of a blazing fire. Sweat poured out from my entire body. I wondered a lot. How is that possible? I took the road, especially because I feel so tired and cold in the rest of my body. I wanted to walk so that I could get there as soon as possible and take a break from all these thoughts that were about to kill me. My feet tripped on something on the ground. It was a piece of iron because of the old stuff in the place. I raised my head up until I saw a large boulder, round like a ball, but the size of an armored car. I was amazed at it, for I had never noticed anything like it before in the place during the day, and how it could suddenly appear before me. I stopped it all, got to my feet and went on walking, and suddenly I found this rock rising and falling to the ground like a ball, and fear entered my heart. My feet had supported me, and I ran. But I ran and fell and stood and ran until I barely reached tower number 6. It was a very strange and terrifying situation. My fellow in tower number 6 was standing and watching me from such a distance that he imagined me to be a devil and scolded me much for what I had done. But he did it to me after he had seated me and brought me a cup of water. I almost lost my soul from what I saw. My friend in the tower at that time told me the story of the deserted tower. That 3 years ago, a soldier committed suicide on top of the tower during his service, and no one knew the reasons or factors that prompted him to commit suicide. And since then, the tower became deserted and left that way. A few days later, my curiosity led me to go to the tower during the day to see what is in it. And during the day, you feel its weight and a great fear creeping into your heart. Its walls from the inside are frightening, and everything is frightening. In addition, there are many events taking place with my former and current colleagues regarding the abandoned tower itself. And I did not believe it until I saw it. Here, we have come to the end of our story for today. We hope that it has won your admiration and stirred a little fear in you. Share your opinions in the comments about this story, and which type do you prefer? Help us spread the channel by liking the video to reach the largest number of people. Liking the video will not harm you, but will help us, and thank you to the best followers.